letting me drink straight vanilla extract.
Huh?
Told me from young adolescence that no matter the situation, if I was drunk or high or whatever, if I was ever in trouble I could call my dad, and he would come pick me up, no questions asked. It seemed unconventional compared to my friends with strict parents who went buck wild when they weren't under their supervision, but it taught me to stay safe and smart, and I ended up being a pretty good and stable kid who knew I could go to my parents if I needed them.
Huh?
When I asked a question she didn't know the answer to, my mother would go out of the way to find an answer or find someone who knew. This humanized her and allowed me to understand that you don't have to be an expert on everything, but you should always know where to look for answers.
What?
My parents never had expectations for grades when my siblings and I were growing up. They would say, as long as your work is authentic and you know that you gave it your best effort, that's all we care about. My parents would never scold us if we received a bad grade. They never voiced any expectations they may have had concerning post-secondary education, and they would give out the same amount of praise whether we received a B or an A+. My parents now have 4 high-achieving children at prestigious universities with very healthy attitudes towards education. Your children are more likely to appreciate and excel at learning, attributed to their own genuine curiosity, if it is not something they are repeatedly pressured to perfect. They got me to try a bunch of food that I wouldn't be comfortable with at a young age. I remember the day that my mum told me special fish cakes were actually calamari, and I had been eating squid rings, but I realized it was damn tasty, and it opened my mind a little. When I was really little, probably like 6 to 7, my dad gave me $5 while we were at SeaWorld. I wanted to win one of those huge stuffed animals, so I went to spend my $5 at what was basically a gambling booth. Obviously I lost, and I had no money left. He said, "Son, that is why you don't gamble," and then he took me to the gift shop to look at what they were selling. They had a smaller stuffed animal for $5. Look what you could have gotten. Since then I never have been, nor will I ever be, a gambler. My dad would make me sign single-season contracts for my Little League teams, basically guaranteeing that I would remain on the team until the season was over. My dad was not a sports dad, and really didn't care whether I played sports or not. He just wanted to make sure that if I committed to something, I would see it through to the end and not abandon my team mid-season just because I didn't like it or was getting bored, which I was prone to do as a kid. To this day, I try to be very practical about my commitments, and I don't sign on for anything unless I know it's something I can fully commit to. Anything from work projects, after-school clubs, I'm a teacher, coaching, being a groomsman in a wedding, I consider how committed I can be. The irony of the lesson is that I think I end up saying no a lot more than most people, because when I sign on, I'm committed to the end.
Huh?
My parents taught me the importance of health, and it changed my life forever. Backstory: ever since I can remember, my father was always working out in our home basement gym. I remember waking up every Saturday morning to the entire house shaking from the loud music my dad would be playing while loudly singing the lyrics. Man, those subwoofers hit different when you're 10 years old and in a deep sleep. Haha. Out of excitement, I'd always run downstairs and dance around with Dad. Just enjoying the positive vibes and the surge of adrenaline. Fast forward to age 13. My family uprooted our lives from Toronto and moved to Bucharest, Romania. My parents have been entrepreneurs, and they saw an opportunity in Romanian real estate market. We started training together as a family every Sunday. We'd go to the gym for a few hours, lift weights, stretch, and then go for lunch. I really enjoyed every moment of these Sundays. Soon enough, I was urging my friends, also 13 grade 8, to come to the gym with me. I started to train a few times a week, and eventually I was totally hooked. Fast forward to age 25, current age. I've been training between 4 to 6 days a week since age 13. My athletic performance propelled my ability to play sports, and I played football at Michigan State University, where I was fortunate enough to win a Big Ten championship, Rose Bowl 2014, Cotton Bowl 2015. Also, after football I competed in a few bodybuilding shows where I did well. Further, I completed my personal certified trainer course, so I can help others in a more legitimate way. I'm now working back in Romania, in my family real estate development business. I still train my ass off 4 to 5 days a week, when time permits. My love for health and fitness gives me a competitive edge in the workplace, and keeps me feeling confident, relaxed, and ready to defend myself. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for taking my scrawny self to the gym at 13 years of age. It's forever changed my life. You've given me the gift of health. This gift I will also pass on to my children. I learned that exercise can be fun if you find a fun way to do it. For example, I enjoy visiting new places and trying the food there. So when I was a child, my father and I would go on bike riding trips, so I could try new food and see new places. Now as an adult I know how to ski, ride a bicycle, hike, canoe, kayak, ride a horse, run, sprint and long distance, play soccer, football, baseball, ice skate, tennis, golf and several types of dance, Irish step dance, formal dancing, and DIY dancing. Incorporating my curious child mind with physical activity. I feel like it will give context to give a little backstory on myself. I grew up very fortunate in a middle-class family. I never wanted for anything. But, when my parents gave me something and I did not say thank you, they took it away. When I was younger, I was always so upset by this. But to this day, I am not reserved when it comes to saying thank you. I find it very important to express gratitude to others, and I am so thankful that my parents taught me that.
Yeah.